On this edition of the Dimp Digital Podcast, Apps is joined by Piper and Hall as Piper goes through his games of 2015.
Piper, you weren't there, and I don't want to go through the entire award ceremony for you because you don't deserve it, in all honesty.
Well,
Let's be honest about it.
They also give their personal previews of 2016.
You've been looking forward to it for absolutely years. No Man's Sky.
I just don't care about any other game this year. That's the only thing I want.
And Hall gives his thoughts on the upcoming Nintendo NX.
I don't want them to give up on the Wii U, but they clearly have. They've clearly gone, right, we'll cut our losses, we'll make a new console. It'll be the Wii U, but we'll just give it a different name. And then everyone will go, oh, the NX!
All that and much, much more on the Dimp Digital Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the Dimp Digital Podcast. We're on episode number 49, and this time you've got myself, Apps, Piper, and Hall. Gents, how we doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Nearly let Hall go first there, which you know is not the rules, but you know,
go last.
yeah, he held your nerve there well, Hall. I thought you might just buckle there, but
I waited a split second because I thought he'd go or he won't. So
yeah.
I'm not blowing it. Yeah, I'm alright, thanks, mate.
You're all right as well. So, Logan's sacked for this week. He's away on holiday, so Mr. Piper steps in. Massive upgrade for the listeners, I'd say. Less moaning, maybe. We'll see how that pans out for this particular episode. Let's kick off with one of our favourites, though. Delay news!
So, a jingle.
Horror show.
We had one made and Logan lost it, so I've now have to strain my vocal cords each time we do this fucking thing. But big setback for the Xbox One. Scalebound will not arrive this year.
Blown it.
That is going to appear sometime in 2017. So that is a bit of a disappointment because that's a big one. It's like 9 days into the new year. Nope, not making it this year.
Blown it.
That must be well far away, mustn't it?
That's a horror show. They've completely blown that.
Makes you wonder why they bother announcing these things sometimes that far in advance.
To make you buy the console.
Well, the trouble is, if you're buying it off a trailer, then you deserve to be stung with this sort of stuff. You should not be doing that. Wait till the games are out. But I'm disappointed because I quite look at this. Scalebound and Platinum Games have got a good pedigree, so I was looking forward to that. But as usual, I would rather it was done properly. Just seems weird that it's such a big delay. Like they've already decided. They've come back from the Christmas break and gone, fuck it, ain't going to happen.
Yeah, like you say, you just wonder why they announce stuff, don't you? Or why they put a date to it when clearly they haven't got a clue.
Nah, I think it's the pressure of having like an E3 and a Gamescom. Microsoft wanted something to show for each of those, and they kind of maybe they force the hand and say, look, let's show people something, get them excited, and all they'll do is show them the same games this year, but a bit further along in the progress. We did briefly mention Uncharted 4 last week. Didn't really get time to discuss it because it was a bit of a jam-packed episode. That's been pushed back by just over a month. So March the 18th to April the 29th here in the United Kingdom. Strange one, that. Bit of a small one to be doing, really.
Yeah, that kind of, like, to me, that screams we found a bug with it that we need to fix.
Yeah.
Like, we found something wrong with it that we need to fix, rather than it's not ready. It's we found something and we're going to do a patch for it and get it sorted before we release the game and then send you a patch, which I'd prefer.
Yeah.
I'm not objecting to that by any stretch. So
yeah.
Just as long as it stays to only a month.
Well, yeah, so you don't going back any further than that.
Exactly. You know, 1 month bemes 2, and then 2 becomes 5, and then 5 becomes a year. And then
PlayStation 5 exclusive Uncharted 4 arrives.
Blown it.
At launch, yeah. I mean, it does raise a few concerns for me, because had a couple of delays now, and often, we'll always say this, that we often see a delay as normally good news. But it can sometimes suggest that there are problems with the game in development.
With games, yeah.
There's not always smooth sailing. I mean, this is nowhere on the scale of, say, like Duke Nukem Forever, but that was delayed forever, and that came out like an absolute pile of shit. So because there were so many problems with it, that's why it was delayed so many times. It was like, we can't get this right. So
couldn't get it to work.
Yeah.
With it's such a small timescale, it might not actually even be that there's anything wrong with the game.
Marketing.
It might be something with the distribution. It might be something with the marketing. Yeah. It's not really that big. If it was like 6 months, you think, there's definitely some issues, but it could be a marketing issue for all we know.
That's a good point. Yeah, obviously there is distribution to take into account there, and they're probably anticipating it's going to be selling big. Over 35 million PlayStation 4s was another kind of news headline that came in this past week. So they've hit another milestone, and I know everyone's not going to get Uncharted 4, but you'd bet a decent percentage will. But hopefully it's not the case that it's struggling. Naughty Dog haven't let me down as of late, so it does put my mind at ease, but I can't help but shake that lingering feeling that it might not just live up to the hype, that it might be good but not the greatness that I'm expecting or wanting. Now let's move on to the main meat of this. Last week myself, Logan and you, Hall, did our Game of the Year personal picks. Piper, you weren't there, and I don't want to go through the entire award ceremony for you because you don't deserve it, in all honesty.
Well,
but I did. Well, let's be honest about it. I did want to get a
shoot a man when he's down.
I did want to get a flavour though of what you thought 2015 was like, because it was your first. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was your first full calendar year of having your PlayStation 4, so you had it from the start to the end. And you had it for 12 months side. How did it go for you?
Yeah, no, it was really good. I felt the year started a little bit slowly, game-wise, but it did pick up towards sort of the second half, especially the second half of the year. But there was a couple of little bits, just lingering before that. But all in all, it was sort of like felt like a nice steady build-up to now what is going to be 2016 and a year that's going to be full of, hopefully, top-notch games for the PlayStation.
Excellent. Well, so you've given me a list of 3 games that you enjoyed, not in any particular order. Let's start with Rocket League. That was on Logan's list. Yeah,
I think it's just one of those ones that if you had it, and I think it helps that we had it for
freebie.
Free. Yeah, exactly. We didn't pay
money grabbing.
They sound like
money keeping
over me there.
Wow.
So it's just an
radio
amazing
waiting.
little game.
Yeah,
you can't beat it for what it was worth, and it brought everyone together, and that's what I liked about it more than anything. I didn't play it too much on my own. It was always with you, Biff, Logan. So it was a good game.
Yeah, no, that I agree on all points with that. I mean, even you and Logan for most of the time seem to be getting on well. There's a couple of little snipey arguments and bickering breaking out, which I wish to God I'd recorded, because they were starting to make me cackle just sitting there and then just winding you two up. You were both getting up each other's nose. But Rocket League's great. Anyone can pick up and play it, and it's fantastic. Next one was Star Wars Battlefront, so another Logan initiate. I mean, I always say you two may have been separated at birth in some way, in some sort of long lost brothers. That's now 2 games.
That's the biggest insult of the day.
Well, I'm just saying, there's a lot of similarities between you two. Very aligned in your pattern and way of thinking. Because you've gone for Star Wars Battlefront as well. What's going on there? I didn't even know. Are you a big fan of Star Wars? Because he said last week the reason it's on there is because he's such a big fan of Star Wars. It makes him feel like he's in the Star Wars film. If it's any other sort of licensed property, he probably wouldn't have even bought it.
No, I probably didn't play Star Wars, or I wasn't into the whole sort of Star Wars franchise massively before.
Have you seen the new film?
I have seen the new film,
and
I played the game before the film.
Yeah,
and I just
fan.
What I enjoyed massively about it was the sounds and the visuals. I put it on my list because I don't like first-person shooters generally, and it's a rule of thumb that I don't really play them. So this was sort of the first one actually I really sort of started to enjoy playing. So that's why it sort of threw it on my list, because it brought a new genre into me actually sort of starting to enjoy again. Did
you actually play it in first person, or did you have it in third person? Because I had rumours that you had it in third person, but then have switched to first.
I was in third person because that's what it starts off in the game.
Oh.
Well, it did for me. Something happened. I might change it. I can't remember.
Something happened. It was in third person. I couldn't change it.
Anyway, from the very start of the game, I was pretty much in third person. I didn't really think about first person, and when Logan came along, he went, "You got to go in first person." So I went into first person, did a couple of games, then went straight back to third person.
So you're actually playing it third person?
Yeah, I just enjoyed being able to see a bit more around me. It was a bit sneaky. I'm not very good at it, so
your statement of bringing a first-person shooter into the house is kind of void then, because you're playing it as a third-person shooter.
Yeah, the same thing really, isn't it?
Absolutely not. I get it. Competitive multiplayer. Yeah. That's what it's done. Like a competitive shooter. Let's leave it at that. Let's not get into specifics about what view you're having. I'm glad you reverted back though, because that'll annoy Logan. He thought he'd shown you the light and go, "This is the way to play it." Maybe not, brothers. Then annoy him. Last one on your list: Grand Theft Auto 5 Heists. I know it's DLC, but it was great, and I think this was something that I completely forgot about. So you're right. Fantastic.
March this year. Last year, should I say. It was just one of those things. Once again, another freebie. So 2 freebies on my list.
Yeah, I can see where you're going.
That just gave us brilliant gameplay. And once again, it was another game that we all played as a free, me,
some random
Biff,
fucker.
and it was once again brought us all sort of time to just have a laugh and a joke, and it was just really fun. It was frustrating at times. It was brilliant at other times. So yeah, it was just actually, to be honest, out of all 3 games, that's the one I probably would go back and play again more and more often. Yeah,
although I think we played it about 3-4 weeks ago. Nice yawn. About 3-4 weeks ago, and it felt a little bit sluggish to me when I went back and played it. I don't know if it did when when we was playing the Lamar, the new DLC that had come out. I can't remember what they called it now. So Low Riders and stuff.
That wasn't the high stuff. That was
no
Lamar stuff. And once again, it was not that long after the patch dropped. So I sort of expected it to be a little bit laggy and a little bit probably not optimized fully.
I meant the gameplay felt slow. It
did in turns, but we got to remember GTA dropped in, was it 2013?
Yeah, a long time ago now.
I think it was end of 2013, and we're talking about a game now that's still getting incredibly applauded, and it's a game that's over 2 years old.
Yeah, it still plays decently, and maybe we will jump back on that on the heist, because we never went through them again, and Biff never got his $1 million reward.
That was the best bit about it.
That was the best bit of 2015, really, just screwing Biff out of his $1 million reward because he didn't do him in order properly. He went, "Well, I'll get the reward still." Me and Papa went, "Yeah." He didn't, because he reset his progress, silly boy. But right, this is a good one. I'll ask you for one disappointing moment. You've put Hall knows this. You've put Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Bit unfair, as I haven't played it, but it was definitely on my list until the review dropped. Now, I don't know what the review is. I don't know who this review came from that caused you to snuff this, or whether it was multiple reviews, but that I think that's a great answer. It's not a game, but it's just that I was going to play this, but I was so disgusted about what I read, I just didn't bother getting it.
Exactly what happened. I was prepared to go out and pay full price about a week or so after it come out. I just wanted to see a couple of the reviews first, like most of the things we get, and the reviews were just so shocking, so appalling. I didn't want to ruin my childhood memory of it, so I was like, for that reason alone, it was the most disappointing game for me of 2015, because I wanted to enjoy it, re-harp on my childhood again, and I couldn't.
You couldn't do it. You wouldn't. Your mind wouldn't let you.
Is that a word?
Yeah, it's just this is what you get when you get paper on the podcast. You get all sorts of
phenomenally good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That's it. Line drawn for 2015 for Piper. Next week I'll be going through that with one other member of the team just to get their feels. But for us lot, that's done with. It's time for 2016. So big year coming up, hopefully. And last week, Hall, you were very critical of yourself about the games you'd played, and you wasn't happy. You wasn't happy with the list you'd formed. You said you really struggled to get games going, and I was thinking, right, this is it now. This is Hall might power up. No half a year Destiny to cost him. No. Achievement hunt is still going to be there. We're going to have to accept that's just one of your flawed characteristics that you've got.
It's going to be less so than it was, though.
You're going to scale it back.
My main thing was to become top gamer scorer out of the Dimp people.
Right, and you've done that.
I am now at comfortably with some room to spare, and yours isn't going to go up until you get any Xbox games.
They need to start releasing exclusives because they ain't buying third party on it.
Otherwise, you're just going to get them for PlayStation.
Yeah.
So it's now this year. It means that I can start to go well and really start playing some proper games again.
Now, that's what I thought. And then when I asked you guys to send me over a list of your your most looking forward sort of stuff. Like I said, look, send me over what you're looking forward to. We'll structure something so it doesn't sound completely rookie-like. And I must admit, the response I got from you is pretty disgusting.
Yeah, it wasn't my finest hour. I was tired. And I was thinking I shouldn't be sending this text now.
There was zero effort. And in fact, I'll read exactly out what I got. It says, Nintendo offerings, Gears 4. That's it. That's 2016 for Hall. I went and made a list of 15 games. You come back with that.
But the thing was, like, when we did the draft,
yeah,
like, I went through and basically picked out what I thought were going to be the 15 top games of the year.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're a lot of those are ones that I am looking into. But the thing is, when we did this, not the time just gone, the year before, start of 2015.
Yeah.
And we listed off all these games, and we were saying, like, are you likely to get them? And I was like, yep, probably, yep.
Never did.
And I fucking got none of them. I got like 3. So I've now said to myself, be more realistic. Yeah, let's be conservative. The thing is, if I don't commit to the Xbox games, it might mean that I'm more inclined to play, because I want to play some more Wii U again.
Right.
So hopefully I'm gonna try and focus a little bit more on Nintendo's bits and pieces to get
Star Fox.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. Can't fucking wait. That's the game that I'm. That and Zelda, but I don't think Zelda's coming out this year.
So when you put Nintendo offerings, is that what you meant? You meant basically Zelda
and any mobile games that they choose to.
Okay, like Pokemon Go.
Hopefully Pokemon Go,
yeah. Okay, that's fine. So you give me that. Nintendo Star Fox is coming out very soon. We don't know when the Legend of Zelda is coming out. If it's going to come this year, hopefully it does, and we'll see about that one. It looked great in the demos they showed. What, a year and a half ago now? Probably longer ago. I mean, I can't even remember now how long ago they showed it.
It was ages ago, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, it's been in development for so long, but it looks like it's been delayed into 2017. So.
That's disappointing.
Well, the thing is, it's like you said, it means that it's screaming out, from my point of view anyway, it's screaming out NX rather than Wii U.
Yeah, that could be the potential for that particular one. So you've given us Gears 4 on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
As the only one, which I thought was always going to be a bit of a banker. Do you not get excited about other potential games these days, or is there stuff that you're not that interested in that you wouldn't want to say, I'm definitely going to get this, or I'm looking forward to it, I want to put it on my list?
My excitement used to be, in similar to Logan, my excitement
what comes his pants
from Call of Duty.
Right.
And obviously that's not a bother to me anymore. Like I must admit, I have bought the Black Ops 3. Despite saying that I wouldn't.
It ain't like it used to be, though.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't give me the buzz that it used to. Really, now I get more excited. I mean, you can tell this from the top 3 games that I listed. I get more excited about HD remakes of old classics.
Yeah.
I'm just as inclined to play an old classic game as I am to play any of my newer games.
Right, I see.
I find myself playing more arcade games on my Xbox One than I probably do sort of big titles.
Yeah.
So. Really, I mean, Gears 4 for me is always going to be one that's on the radar, but otherwise there's not sort of huge amounts in terms of continuations from franchises that I love that are coming out that really grab me. I'm looking forward to Mass Effect Andromeda, but that's going to be start of 2000. I reckon that's going to be 2017 because it's due out December 2016. I just don't think it's going to happen.
No, you're right. I think you're correct there. So for Gears 4, and we've seen Halo kind of get back on track last year.
It's a lot better than previous efforts.
Yeah, they obviously, that 343 Industries took that off of Bungie. Bungie went off and did Destiny, fair enough. So, new developer on an existing franchise. Gears 4, kind of a similar situation. Epic Games, I believe, I could be completely wrong here, sold the rights to Microsoft for Gears, and they no longer develop it. They set up a brand new studio called the Coalition to go off and make Gears 4. Any concerns that the new people aren't quite going to give you the Gears experience you want, or are you happy that it's going to have a fresh approach after 4 games already, including Judgment?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to a slightly fresher approach, because Gears Judgment, let's be honest, wasn't
disgusting.
It wasn't the best, was it? Mm-mm. It was the one that all the Gears fans kind of just look over.
Yeah.
They did such a good job with Gears Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of, to be honest, it's one of very few games that I've cared about the storyline on.
Right.
It'd be interesting to see what they do with it. I presume it's still going to be Marcus and because this is it. You see,
I saw the E3 demo. I don't think Marcus was in it. Like 2 new characters.
Yeah, I think this is what I was initially thinking, that they're going to go off with new characters, which I think will actually be better because
it cuts
I feel like the Marcus, Dom, Baird and Cole has
done, isn't it?
Has run its course.
Yeah, we had an end to that. We had it, all wrapped up. We had a good trilogy out of those guys. Yeah. Don't need them. You don't need to come out of retirement. They've done their job. They've fucking sorted it.
Too old. Don't need it anymore. Yeah. So I think that's no bad thing that they're going off at a different line, be it on a prequel or 30 years later. I don't mind as long as they don't try and capitalise on people's love of those old characters and then spoil it in the process. So
just bring Coltrane in for no reason.
Yeah, I'm just interested to see how they go with it. So
okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're such good games. Even Judgment, which was the worst of the lot, was very playable.
Oh no, yeah, it wasn't broken or anything. It just
didn't have the power of storyline that the other ones did. That was all. But it was still a good game. Still played well.
Exactly. The foundations will always be there, and that Gears is a good game. That's, I think, reinforced by your love for the Ultimate Edition of the original Gears of War, which is still going strong. Like I said, decades later on.
Exactly.
Piper, did you ever get to play Gears of War back on the 360 days? Did you ever pick this up and have a go of it, or was it one that completely just passed you by?
It completely passed me by. It was nothing I ever really wanted to pick up, to be honest. I don't know why. I just never picked it up, and I think it's
horde mode.
Yeah, but I think it's like the first one went, and then when everyone was
behind,
getting to the second one, I'm behind, and then I just don't want to pick it up anymore. It's a bit like Fallout. Everyone loves that and wants to get into it, but I'm like, well, it feels like it's gone so far now that I can't join the bandwagon.
What are you talking about? What do you mean you can't go to Fallout 4 because you haven't played Fallout 3?
Yeah, I feel
nonsense.
Well,
they are completely. Every Fallout game is a brand new character, brand new setting, completely not related. There might be 1 or 2 tiny references back to another one, but honestly, do not let that put you off Fallout. The length of the game should be putting you off more than anything. Not the fact you haven't played the third one, but definitely don't feel like that about Fallout. You don't need to know anything going into it. You create your own character, for goodness sake.
That is true.
Do it.
Bandwagon gone.
Well, I can see about that.
James made up his mind.
Yeah, he's already written that one off. So, Mr. Paper, we've got quite a few in common that we've put down. Now, let's start with the one that you said you're definitely 100% getting. You've been looking forward to it for absolutely years. Not years, ages. No Man's Sky.
I just don't care about any other game this year. That's the only thing I want.
That is what you originally said, and you went, I'll put some more to pad it out, but I'm basically only want this. That's it. That is what you said.
So I said the only thing that's getting me through for 2016 at the moment is the chance to play that game. That's all I want to do. I'm playing other games at the moment, which is, I'm just seeing as padding time. So on No Man's Sky. I wouldn't probably go out my way and go and buy the games that I'm playing now. It's just No Man's Sky is all the only thing. I've just watched every video that's on it about it on YouTube. I've watched loads of interviews with.
You could have played the game before you get hold of it. With all these interviews and videos.
Loads of interviews with the creator of from Hello Games, Sean. I forget his second name.
Murray.
Sean Murray. Yeah, and it's. I just am fixated by it. I love the fact that. The music in it's done by I forget the band's name, but
David Bowie.
They
I made that up.
Sonic Racer.
Yeah.
No, but it's just like, and the thing is, I went to this thing at the V&A, which was all about like gaming and stuff like that, and it had like loads of different bits. It had a bit about Hearthstone, it had a bit about Untangled and stuff like that. And one of the bit that made me go was that the band who do all the music for No Man's Sky was doing like a live set where they were just playing music to visuals of No Man's Sky, and it was absolutely fantastic. The music was just like wow. And I just cannot wait to see what they've done. It's one of those ones though. The only worry I've got is it's going to be like
Tony Hawk's 5, mate, all over it.
You'll be absolutely heartbroken.
The thing is, I'm going to pre-order this. So.
I never thought I'd hear you pre-order anything. What about if the postman bins you off and just goes, nah, I couldn't make it today?
Yeah. It's not going to happen because I'm going to do Amazon Locker.
It'll be there. Here's a question for you.
I might get Prime for it. I've not even got Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah, do that.
Delivered by a drone, mate.
Yeah,
I live in London, so that's good news.
I got Fallout 4 delivered to work within 2 hours, so used the old ridiculous. GF's Prime. Got it ordered within 2 hours it was there. I had it in my hand on release, and I was like, this is better than scrabbling around the shops, that's for sure. Here's one question for you. You say you're fixated by this. Are you actually going to work doing anything, or are you just thinking about No Man's Sky? It seems like this is taking over your life.
It's quite heavily involved at the moment in No Man's Sky. Just the thought of all the things I can do. As I said, it's going to either be absolutely amazing or it's going to be absolute toilet. I'm just praying it's going to be amazing. That's all I care about at the moment. No Man's Sky, and I'm probably going to even order like some sort of collector's box with the artwork and stuff like that. Maybe even the CD with the music. It's just one game that I can't. It's just
you never do that until you played the game. You go out and buy the collector's shit once you've played it and you know it's good.
Get it all up front, mate. Risk it.
On the wall, and you're going to be like, why have I wasted 120 quid on this fucking shitty collector's version of this shit game?
He's only buying one game this year. He can afford it.
That's it. It's my year. I'm hoping that takes me all the way to 2017, as long as it drops on time.
My year is now hoping that game is a second game.
Not just because it's in my fantasy draft pick either. Now, do you expect it? We've got June. That's what the latest trailer said. It just said June, no date.
Yeah.
December.
Well, this is what I'm saying. What do you think, Piper? June?
I hope June is right. And
we're not talking about hope.
I think it might. And
live in the real world here.
Later, but it looks like it might be dropping or coming around about the same time as PlayStation VR. So it makes sort of sense.
Yeah, fine. You've obviously you couldn't help but avoid this game being spoken about, and I'm sure you've seen various bits and bobs. Not owning a PlayStation, it is available on PC, but I don't know what sort of rig you'd need to play that. Yeah. If it was available on a system that you had access to, would this be something that would interest you? Because it's a game where you kind of make your own game in a way, very similar to a Minecraft. I'm getting that vibe from it. None of us really know what's going on, to be honest. We're speculating here.
It's one of those ones. It's just a complete unknown quantity. As James said, it's either going to be like the absolute smash success of 2016, or it's going to be an absolute blowout and really struggle. I hope that it does well, to be honest, because from what I've seen of it, it does look really good. It looks really entertaining. But I have seen games that have tried to do this before on PC. And
blow it.
They always just make a complete fucking hash of it, but they don't have the hype that this one's had surrounding it. So it's really difficult to call. Like you say, you can't avoid it really. I mean, everyone knows about it, don't they? It was there was a few games that names were coming out at like E3 and all the big conferences of last year. So I hope it doesn't get horrendously delayed. No doubt I will get an opportunity to play it either with Piper or at some point or another. So it'd be good to see. I'm not overly worried about it. As I said, new USPs are not really my primary concern. I'm more interested in what I know and love already.
Established mechanics.
Yeah, established names, established games.
Yeah, that's a
fair. Well, I like that.
Yeah, we'll put that on the sort of
be the title
plaque
of the
or
podcast,
something.
Mate.
Could do that. We'll do that. Next on your list, Piper, you had. Now this is on your also on your sort of must get list as well. I think you begrudgingly put this on, but you said definitely going to get No Man's Sky, and this was another one that was in that sort of bracket, and that's the Tomorrow Children. Now you've put this as a banker, but when I spoke to you at EGX last year, you were watching some toilet play it and you wouldn't get off, so you were standing behind him for half hour, you were just watching him. You didn't seem impressed by what you'd seen. You said it was a lot of just taking blocks back and forward, and you couldn't. I know you didn't get to play it, but you seemed really down on it. You was like, I'll bin that, and you went and come and joined a queue somewhere else and played something else.
Just cause free,
yeah. What the hell happened there?
I as I said, it's one of those begrudging games I've put on my list. The reason I put it on my list is it looks a little bit different to what we've had previously in sort of like the console world. So maybe not so much in the PC world, but definitely in the console world. And I just feel for that reason I want to give it a go. Dependent on price, obviously. If it's under 20 quid, for sure I'd be buying it on release. If it's over, because I'm assuming it'll be like a digital download.
I think so, yeah.
Like a Rapture type game. Yeah, so if it's under 20 quid, I would purchase it. If it's over 20 quid, it's one of those again. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to see what the reviews come out like, and it might do a Tony Hawk's.
and end up dropping it. Yeah. I mean, I've got quite a lot of interests. I quite like games like this where you just don't really know what you're going to get, and just giving it a go and seeing what it produces. It might be toilet, but I like having little adventures like that and just kind of trying something completely new. Next on your list was kind of like if it comes out this year, or what you've got your eye on, essentially. Walking Dead Michonne, which I'll probably get. I tend to get most of the Telltale stuff, so that'll. I'm not sure about that one, if I'm honest. I've discussed it a couple of times. I'm not sure about taking an established character out of the comics and TV show and then becoming her. If that makes sense.
I agree, but I just think it's just worth playing for the fact that it's a Walking Dead Telltale game.
Yeah, there is that. There's always that appeal on there. Horizon Zero Dawn, which looked very good in its E3 debut and the follow-up videos after that as well. That's a PlayStation 4 exclusive.
Yep.
Looks interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Well, the reason I sort of put it on there was, once it's sort of like these mechanical dinosaurs, and I love the fact that dinosaurs seem to be a really in thing at the moment. You know, zombies were not so long ago, and it's bound to be, next thing is bound to be that space and No Man's Sky. But dinosaurs are quite in, and the gameplay reminded me a bit of like a Naughty Dog type game. From what I could see, so once again, with Naughty Dog haven't really failed to deliver. So,
wow.
And it's not Naughty Dog, but it's very similar.
It's a bunch of Burks. No, it's not. It's the forgotten its name now. Bloody first-person shooter, Killzone. I think is the title they made before. Yeah. Now I know that's the reaction that everyone gets when you say, "Oh, it's the people that made Killzone." I've got a feeling that for whatever reason, obviously the guys that make Killzone, I can't remember off the top of my head who bloody developed. Oh, Guerrilla Games, I think it is. That's it, Guerrilla Games. So they do Killzone. Now I've got a feeling that became, for whatever reason, an established franchise for Sony. And they were like, Guerrilla Games, you're going to make Killzone again? And they were like, really?
Yeah.
Is that, are we? And I was like, You're going to make it a launch title as well? And I was like, brilliant. Let's get Shadowfall out. And I think after that, they've kind of done 4 or 5 of those games now. And I think they got to the stage where I said, look, go and do something new. And I've been I forgot I get...
Go and fucking sort yourselves out.
I don't think they want to do any more Killzone. I think you get a gig like as a developer for Sony. They want you to make these games, this franchise that's only on PlayStation. You think, this is a great opportunity. Make one, it gets a good reception, 2, 3, and then you keep doing them, and you think, I don't want to do this anymore.
Blew it, yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is them saying, look, this is what we can offer on a different scale. So hopefully it's a coming out party for the Guerrilla Mob. I know that some of their development studios based in Cambridge, so always got to support those guys there. Another few, if they drop, these are long shots. I think Wild, which seems like you can take control of animals. It looks very interesting, that one.
Yeah, and I've got this on there, and I've sort of got what I call my backup on there, which is it seems like a very similar game, which is Cry Primal.
Yeah, weird that, isn't it? Because Wild was not released, but the footage comes out before. A few months later, Ubisoft pop up with Primal, and you think,
Yeah.
Where are they getting that idea from?
Exactly, and it seems very similar, but obviously I think I'd rather go with Wild purely by the fact that Primal is probably just a reskin, whereas Wild is a completely new game in itself, so it's actually developed for that.
Yeah, Boundless, that's on your list
that looks
as well.
Just amazing. That's like a mix between like a Minecraft / No Man's Sky again.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those make it yourself type games. It just once again just looks really interesting. Once again, another console. I think it's another PlayStation exclusive. I think so.
Yeah, I think it was
with PC as well. So yeah, once again, it just looks like it's a really interesting and taking things in a bit of a different direction.
Yeah, so something that's not particularly new, but we've had knocking around for a while. DayZ console edition.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this for bloody ages. I don't
think it's going to happen, honestly.
It's the talk of it's died down, and I've thrown it on there. Not the fact that I've seen anything about it, but the fact that I'm just still waiting for it, hoping that it'll eventually drop at some point. Ever since they released the trailer with the PlayStation logo going, DayZ coming to console, I was saying, that'd be really good. That'd be a good... it'd be like a massive open world FPS. So... with zombies, and that was at the time when zombies were really big, so...
Well, they missed the boat.
Yeah, have they? Maybe they've cancelled it. Maybe they've got enough money.
Well, Dean Hall's out there, and he doesn't mess around with them anymore. I mean, he originally designed it and designed the mod.
Yeah.
He's gone off and done his own thing. So Bohemia Interactive have taken it up. So he's no longer with them. I suppose for a console version, you've not really got to do a great deal more with it. But I don't think they're even going to get that out, if I'm honest.
I don't. You always hope that you sometimes worry about these ports, but then you actually look. There have been some really good ports, like Minecraft, for example. When that port's over, I know it's not exactly the same as the PC version, but it's a brilliant little port. So you can hope, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Hall, did you ever get involved? I mean, when I first saw DayZ, it was a few years ago now, and that was like for some reason in my brain, that was like my perfect game. That's all I wanted to do. I was like, surviving in an open world, building up a base, it's really difficult. You've got to rely on your wits. Is that something that's ever appealed to you at all? I get the feeling you like quite a bit of structure, and this doesn't offer any of that.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea, personally. I mean, there's no purpose, is there? Like,
survive.
Yeah, but that's shit. Where's it end?
I mean, you die.
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant. That was a fucking waste of my life, wasn't it? I like my levels. I like the structure going through. That's why I've kind of gone off open world bits and pieces.
Right.
Because I get caught up with just doing like nothing for fucking hours on end. So no, I mean it never really appealed. Zombies doesn't really appeal to me anyway.
Aww.
Yeah, scary. No, I just
Logan reference.
Not my thing. So yeah, it doesn't blow me away. If everyone gets it and says, "Fuck me, this is actually
get on it,"
it's incredible. Because generally, I do. If people have good things to say about a game, then it's
worth a look at.
Can change minds, but it's not one that I've ever looked at and gone, "Wow, that's good."
Yeah, well, I'll be honest.
And if it looks shit on PC, it's going to look fucking horrendously shit on console.
That's always my problem with it. Is it's so rough. I mean, the full release of PC is not even out yet.
No,
it's still in alpha.
Yeah,
is it still alpha?
It's still in early access alpha. If you go on Steam, it's still sitting there. It was released in December 2013. So come this time, in about 11, 12 months' time.
It's already been 2 years, and it'll be 3 years from when it gets actually released, which is
if it gets released.
If it gets released.
I just get the feeling they can't get it to work to the standard of what a full game should be, i.e. minimal bugs, gameplay works, hit detection is all there. Honestly, I've seen the videos. It looks rough as houses, that game, and it still does all these years on. And for a mod that you didn't pay for before, you probably wouldn't mind. But now they're trying to charge full price and say it's a full game.
50 quid, yeah.
It's got to meet minimum standards, and I think they're struggling. I think they're struggling there. A few others you've mentioned: Far Cry Primal for your eye on. I was surprised to see this next one, Piper, The Division. What on earth's that doing on there?
It was in a list of games that I'm going to wait until I see what the review's like, and if I get a bit quiet, it might turn my head a little bit, and I might get it. It's one of those things. I get the feeling that it's the type of game that you, Biff, Logan, Adkins are all going to buy, and and I'm going to
get left behind, Fallout 3 all over again.
Well, yeah, it is one of those games where you're going to have to. If you do want to go on it with a team, go on it together and work together, because if you get left behind in levels, you can see it being an absolute stinker to try and catch up. I mean, I played the alpha of it, and it seemed okay. It's difficult to tell of an alpha. I think I've got a couple of hours out of it, but it's the first time I saw it, it looked amazing. The graphics have clearly been bumped down since then. I don't know what it's going to look like or play like on release.
Nothing better than that. You see something and it just gets progressively shitter.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Ubisoft do it all the time. They don't have Watch Dogs. And I was like, look at this absolute sick joke.
It's like, that looks incredible.
It looked fine when it come out, but like the Watch Dogs, but it didn't look what it looked like when he first showed it.
Yeah, exactly. Stop lying to me.
No. The Last Guardian.
Yeah, once again,
that's
one of those
ones
that's been knocking around
Absolutely.
for ages.
Ain't coming out.
That's definitely not coming out, mate.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
We all want it.
Yeah.
Coming out.
The only one that we know definitely is coming out on your list, and this is one that speaks directly to me, EA Sports UFC 2.
Yeah, once again, once the reviews are in and how it's playing, I probably won't, I guess, be too much different from EA than the first one. So, But yeah, it's one of those games that I'll probably get when it comes down in price, and I'll play a little. I'll play probably about 20 hours and be happy with it.
Yeah. So you're going to wait for reviews on that. I always get now. I'm going to buy this whatever. Essentially, I'll get it because you know me. I love the UFC, and even if it's a complete and utter disaster, I'll probably get some enjoyment out of it. But I find it difficult to read reviews on this because it's quite a niche sport, and people that don't always understand it, I tend to find sometimes get their hands on it and kind of go.
Reviews aren't fair because they don't.
Yeah. Exactly, which is a bit of a stinger, but I'll be getting that one for sure.
The thing is, you've got UFC, like there for, and to be fair to EA, sports games are what they're good at. Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, EA Sports UFC, it wasn't the best, it wasn't perfect, but for a sport that complex, they've done a very good job of it.
Yeah, better than the original UFC games, would you say?
There's some things better, there's some things worse. That's all I can say for it. I mean, overall, the lack of content in the EA Sports game kind of set it back a little bit. Don't know. Yeah, it's tough actually because there was stuff missing in there. Like there was no cage control against the cage. You couldn't take them down against the cage. That sort of stuff was missing. But the stand up was a lot more fluid. That felt better. It felt a lot more dynamic. Career mode was a piece of crap. That was shocking. It was shocking on the old ones, to be fair. Until they sort that out, that's always going to be a gripe of mine. But I'll be getting it because I love the sport, and I think they've done a decent job, and they supported it so well. EA Sports UFC with the DLC, with the new fighters, changing the roster, adding people like Overeem who just signed, all that sort of stuff. Which, as a fan, you want that. You want it to be as current as possible, and they done that. So they've got me in their good books. And actually, I was thinking back to it, 2014, that was my number. That was one of my Game of the Years, top 3. I got in there because they supported it so well. So
yeah, I remember.
More than happy to have that. So I think we're looking at March the 17th for that one.
Not far away.
Forward to that. No, not far away at all. Right, that's Piper dealt with. Now, I've got a list here of about 15 games. I ain't going to sit through and talk through all those. So I'm going to reel them all off.
Yeah.
Chime in when you feel like it.
Yeah.
So for me, what's definitely coming out? What's got a confirmed release? Well, I say definitely. What's got a confirmed release date as I record this today?
Yeah.
Hitman, 11th of March. Limited content release. Rest coming free with DLC. Why? Probably going to wait until it all comes out, if I'm honest. Yeah. But I do want to get it because I love a good Hitman game.
Actually, harping back when we was at EGX, the talk with the Hitman talk was really good, and actually the gameplay looked really, really good. But as you said, it's the content is the worry on that game.
So I don't mind waiting a few months until it's all out. End of the year, it's going to be cheaper. Let's be honest. The price will drop by then. Give it a go then, because I'm worried about it releasing with just 2 levels.
Yeah.
That's not acceptable in my opinion. So wait until that's buffed out, and I think that'll be a good game. Maybe a bit like Destiny. I'll probably enjoy that a little bit more if I went back to it, not just playing the vanilla game.
Yeah.
Quantum Break.
Yeah.
I still think this could be a bit shit, but I want to get it. I don't know why. No, it's an Xbox exclusive.
I think that could be good. 5th of April, I think it is, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, it is 5th of April. And it's an Xbox exclusive, so I want to get it. Anything that's sort of exclusive on the Xbox now, I really want to give a go because I feel like they've got some good games there. Because PlayStation worldwide sells.
Xbox is good at.
Exactly.
So
I'm hoping this is good, and it's done by the guys that done Alan Wake. Remedy Entertainment.
You quite liked that, didn't you?
Yeah, it was okay. It was good. The only trouble with Alan Wake was I saw a lot of footage before it was out. They were going, this is what it's going to be like. It's going to be like nearly an open world. And they completely got halfway through that and went, whoops, can't do that. And it became very linear, which is a bit of a disappointment. So knowing what it could have been, like we talked about Metal Gear Solid last week, and then it wasn't, that's a bit of a stinger. But it was like playing for a Stephen King book. I don't mind a bit of Stephen King now and again. He releases far too many books per year for my liking, though. Dark Souls 3, that is pretty much a given, unless I get Piper Syndrome. There's some shocking reviews coming out. That's the only thing that's going to put me off that.
I can't see that happening personally.
No.
I think the game.
You know what? As much as I love Bloodborne, it's exhausting.
Yeah, but
and I don't know if I've got it in me to go back as soon as April.
But the thing is, if you're relying on reviews to put you off of it, you ain't going to get a bad review for it because people fucking came to pants over Bloodborne and every one of the Dark Souls. So yeah, that's not going to get bad reviews, is it?
Mate, I'll have to have a break. I can't. I think April's too soon.
Yeah, you won't buy that release. You'll wait until that comes down in price as well.
Well, not only because April the 12th it was coming out, April the 29th, Uncharted. So potentially it's Quantum Break, Dark Souls, Uncharted, 1 month. if any, all of Dark Souls will get dropped.
Birthday presents, actually.
I ain't getting all 3 at once. I hate that. I've got 3 games sitting here, and it's really winding me up badly. I can't go to work hardly. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Not sure about that. 24th of May. I've got it on there as a maybe.
Been it.
We'll see. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. 100% getting that on the 23rd of August. That'll be one. A few that are dates are unknown. Got Doom, which was on.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Review game, I think that is. Just waiting until the reviews drop.
Review game. I like the. I like reboots of old franchises like this. I really want to do a Quake one. I really want a Quake.
Quake.
I just want Quake again, but built up. Turok, something like And Doom's one of them as well. Doom was like, I remember going around your house, Piper, and your dad having it. And he used to scare the shit out of us.
Yeah,
do you remember?
Gary had it. That's how we got introduced into Doom.
Yeah, Gary shitting his pants playing that. So yeah, I love a good reboot of Doom. I'll definitely be looking at that, and I wish they do a Quake sort of reboot of that. Looking back, actually, ID Software did. They did Wolfenstein, which I said to bin, so maybe it won't be that good, but maybe it's just wait and see on that one. Crackdown 3, don't think that's going to come, but looking forward to it anyway. Dishonored 2, now I've only played about 3 missions of Dishonored 1, and I'm already loving it, so Dishonored 2 is a definite get. Mass Effect Andromeda, if that arrives, 100%. Mafia 3, if that arrives, probably going to get.
Looks like a really good game, Mafia. Well, I'd say it looks like a really good game. The others were really good. And
trouble is, new development studio doing this one.
Oh, is it?
So the guy, they've said, someone asked him a question and saying, "Oh, you've taken over a new property," and he was like, "Yeah, but we've got a lot of people from the old studio." And I was like, "Have you? or do you know people are going to be up your arse? They're going to be up your arse about this, because if you blow it, they'll be like, you idiots." You fucking blown it. Hangar 13. Never heard of you lot, if I'm honest. Can you be trusted with one of my beloved franchises? I love Mafia 1. I love Mafia 2. So don't blow that.
How did they get given that?
Well, it's basically the way the licenses usually work in video games is that the developer obviously developed the game. The publisher finance it. Publishers usually own the rights to the game. So the publishers 2K Games, and they've gone, yep, want a new Mafia game.
It's ours now.
And they've gone, how about Hangar 13 have a crack at this? And Illusion Softworks and 2K Czech go, huh? What do you mean? What's going on there? It could be that the development studio's gone now, I don't know, but that is typically what happens in that sort of situation. Persona 5 probably won't come next year, but that is a big JRPG. It doesn't get a lot of credit in the West, but I've got my eye on that. Downloadable titles, last 3. The Witness. I don't know if any of you have heard of that. You probably haven't, but Piper, I think you might like this one. It's a little indie game coming out. It'll be a download only. And Firewatch. Heard of that?
Nope.
No? Oh my goodness. Right, you're going to have to educate you too. Especially you, Piper. I think you'll like Firewatch. Have a look at that. Batman, a Telltale series, should that arrive also, because, it's Batman and it's Telltale. Job done. Banker. Right.
I feel poor now that I've only picked mine, because I know there's other games. Just like at the end, just three that I'm looking forward to, which we won't talk about. But Overwatch, effort.
Oh yeah. That is, to be honest, I forgot to put that on there. But that, I never really was a fan of Blizzard, because I never really got into Hearthstone. Never really got into World of Warcraft. But Overwatch looks like something I definitely could get into, and got Diablo 3 sitting here to play through with Piper and Logan.
Yeah. So Blizzard are blowing up everyone at the moment, aren't they? It seems to be like they're on a massive.
Blizzard are just so good, though.
They've got Activision. They buy the guys.
They don't really make bad games, do they?
No.
The Final Fantasy VII remake. Don't think it's going to come out, but it's due to. But I don't think it will. And the last one, which we haven't spoken about over the last few podcasts, which is Sea of Thieves.
Oh, yeah, Epic. What am I talking about? Rares. Yeah, so they've been released from this Connect bollocks.
I'm gutted that I completely forgot about it, because that would have been in my one. That definitely would have been one of my to look for, because I fucking love Rare.
Yeah.
And I think they have made hundreds of brilliant games. So
yeah, I agree.
It'd be interesting, and it's pirates. Yippee.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
Don't know why Assassin's Creed been that, because that was easily the best one for a long time.
Yeah, blew it.
And they fucking dropped it.
Apparently Syndicate's meant to be really good, though.
Well, yeah, no, that's getting good reviews.
Too late now, they've blown it with Unity. Never
have
going
they?
back.
Have they though? This is the question. Oh, yeah, I see it feeds. That's definitely haven't seen much of it since the E3 conference. But
it kind of dropped off the radar, but it has got a release date for 2016.
I'd love to see it in 2016. I think it's a consistent online multiplayer game, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we don't know much about it, but yeah, anything pirate related, I'm definitely down for having a good look at.
Yeah.
That's it. Game's done. Dealt with.
Out of the way. Finished.
Now, I'll be going into VR next week in quite in depth, but I thought it'd be good to check in with you guys because everyone's got a different opinion on VR. It's 2016. It's coming this year. Whether you like it or not, it's coming. Oculus has announced.
Everyone though for that fucking price, is it?
Well, this is the problem. Oculus this past week priced the Rift at 500 UK pounds and $599 US.
That's a fair exchange rate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good because when you translate, it's about £410. Yeah,
nothing.
Well done.
Well,
plus the £30 shipping.
Yeah,
you don't get that included in the 500.
No, so actually, you only pay. It's cheaper to buy a US one, probably get it
and get imported. Yeah,
than it would be to fucking buy one.
I've got a feeling they ship them over here anyway for that. They're all coming from America, and I reckon you'll get down on import tax as well on the way through. I reckon you'll get destroyed on that.
Insanely expensive.
So yeah, that is, isn't it? That is. I was kind of expecting. I was expecting.
350.
Was you? I was expecting
300. I could have dealt with.
But that is definitely priced throughout the game.
500 is because the thing is, you need a decent PC rig as well.
Well, this is the problem. It's probably costs more than the PC in some cases.
It's not a standalone console.
Nope. And you have to have the PC ready and working. So you've got to have a beefy rig. Well, some people might say it's a beefy rig. I haven't got one to run it. I know a lot of people do, and they go, "Well, that's about an average rig," but I ain't got it.
Yeah, fuck off with your average rigs, you mum.
Mine is below average. I will admit that.
It ain't working on a PC World laptop.
It ain't worth having. That I think that's very high. Piper, when that news broke, what was your thoughts? Were you like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Whoa! He's outraged already.
Well, no, for the Rift, I was sort of expecting maybe a little bit lower, maybe about £400 price. But I'm not overly surprised. And the reason I'm not overly surprised is people with PCs and very good PC rigs happily pay a lot of money for their monitors, for the towers, for pretty much the graphics cards and all that stuff. These people spend thousands of pounds on their PC
on hardware,
rigs. So suddenly we add something that's an accessory that we're saying, right, that's £500. In the grand scheme of things, their whole PC rig, it's not a massive. It is a big amount of money. Don't get me wrong, but people that want it will get it.
Yeah, it's true. When people go out and spend like £100 on a mouse and keyboard, it's like.
Yeah.
If you're spending 150 quid on a mouse and keyboard, like 500 on an Oculus is nothing really.
Yeah, for brand new gaming experiences.
Yeah. If it was Oculus Rift for example, Xbox or Oculus Rift for PlayStation, I would say that's too high, that barrier, because it's Oculus Rift for the PC.
Yeah, you've got a very good point there because
it's just a different model. It's a different game.
Different world out there. The master race. Console peasants can't afford it. So that's the Oculus priced out. That's £500. That's set in stone. Now we've obviously got the HTC Vive that's coming this way. I would expect the HTC Vive to be more because it's got the whole camera set up in the room. It's got a bit more technology towards it. And I remember when we might have discussed this off air once, Piper, but you were saying if HTC Vive comes out, I definitely want to look at getting one. That was your words.
At the right price, obviously.
Wow. Here we go.
It does look.
Logan's brother's back.
Yeah, it does look really good.
It does look good.
It does look very good, and as you said, I would probably expect it to be more expensive. I'd expect it now that the Rift's dropped at that price. I would, and we're talking a bit more accessories with HTC, so you're probably going to have the hand controllers with it, and you're talking about the cameras thing.
Yep.
I would be looking about 900 to 1,000 for that. I would say, and that's an awful lot, but it's the first time it's come out.
Outrageous.
That would be very expensive.
I see it as more of a specialist tool, though, the HTC Vive. I don't see it as at the moment, I don't see it as a gaming tool. I see it for something that they set up as for installations, for example. You've got to have this massive amount of room to be able to play it, and you don't have to. That's telling a lie. But
if you want to get the most out of it,
I sat at a chair and did it, but I just didn't feel like what's the point. I felt like what's the point in doing this? if I could want to be able to move around, like I might as well just buy the Rift. I'm sitting down.
Save your money. Yeah, so unless you've got the setup, you're right, that's a difficult one to sell on there. And I mean, jumping back to the Oculus, the inclusion, what you get with that, you get the headset, you get the sensor, you get the Oculus remote, all the cables, you get an Xbox One wired controller.
Interesting.
Don't know what they're playing at there, if I'm honest. Eve Valkyrie and Lucky's Tale 2 games. So you get a half decent package, but it's still a lot. Final one really to talk about, and this is for the peasants, is PlayStation VR. Because that's not got a price announced. I expect it to come in under the Oculus and under the HTC. They said it's going to. It's got to. Yeah, you're right. And I'm expecting it to come in around $350 to maybe $400. I think $400 would be a bit of a stretch for some people. But if they bring it in at $350, which is what the PlayStation 4 I believe retailed at when it first started in the UK, then I think they'll do okay out of that. And they've said it's going to be priced the similar amount as a console.
Do we have a delivery date for that?
No. I mean, this year, but
Yeah. See, as I said earlier, I think it's going to be tied in with around No Man's Sky.
Yeah. No Man's Sky, PlayStation VR only.
It won't be.
Well, that's what I'm saying now to you.
It is now, mate.
You've decided.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. It can't be more expensive than the Rift. And
if it is, that is a disgrace.
Yeah, in my head, I feel like it should be a £250 piece of equipment. But I agree with what you were saying. We were having a discussion last night. They're going to start high, so then they can lower it down over the course of a year and stuff like that. So then other people can start falling. Like with the PlayStation 4 when it first came out, and now it's
early adopters. That's definitely there. One last question. I mean, are we going to get any? Is either of us going to get any of this? I mean, Hall, you've not. I mean, you can play the Oculus on your Xbox One, but you've got to stream it to your PC, and the PC's got to handle the Oculus, so you still need that setup. But it is possible to play Xbox One games through the Oculus. It seems very complicated, but it is possible. My assumption for you is this is not interesting you this year. This sort of price being stung out.
It's a novelty still. Until I see some hard evidence that
software, good games,
exactly, a decent game. Because there's no point in having an Oculus if I'm just going to wander around a Tuscan Villa, like for the price of that. I'm
going to get on a roller coaster tonight.
I'll go on a holiday to a Tuscan Villa for the price of the fucking Oculus. So I don't need it in my life currently. It's something that I hope someone who I know will buy. I don't know who that person may be yet, but I hope if anyone that I know is listening and is toying with the idea, then please feel free to buy one and let me play it all the time. But I'm not getting one.
You're not getting one.
Personally.
Piper, I mean, it's going to be PlayStation VR or nothing for you.
Yeah, I won't get one this year. It's one
comes in at $250. Let's say that with No Man's Sky compatible. You're about to spend £150 on the collector's edition.
Yeah, actually, if it came in at $250, I would buy it. Until it's at that price, I'd think harder about it. It's one of those things that it'll get to like a Christmas or something like that, and then if it's like the £300, I'll go like, everyone, don't get me a Christmas present, just give me a bit of money, and I'll put it to like half that, and then I'll pay for the rest. So then it feels a bit less like they're ripping money out of my back pocket. But like, all I was going to say is, with all at this price, I got given a Christmas present this year from my sister, and probably cost about £20. One of those plastic ones you just put your phone in, and you know what, you get a bit of, pretty much get an experience on a roller coaster and all that type of thing from that. So it's not I don't feel like I can have that for £20. Why do I need to pay an extra £300-400 for something that I can't do? It's got to be a massive step in what I can do in it for that to just give me that price.
Yeah, that's fine. VR done. Now, time for Rumour Roundup, and this links in very nicely. I've just got a push notification from our favourite app, which is Appy Gamer. Android headlines. PlayStation VR briefly appears on Amazon Canada for over $1,000.
What?
Must be a misprint, but imagine that, $1,000 fucking dollars over the bubble if that was true.
They're saying that's what they was charged at £900 in the UK.
Oh yeah, they would. Yeah, it'd be obscene. I mean, that must be a miss. That must have been someone really making a mess of that on Amazon Canada. They're going to lose their job over that. But there are some other rumours that have come through. Now, one of the rumours that had come through in the last week was that there's going to be no Assassin's Creed in 2016.
Yeah, I've heard this.
but reports suggest a Watch Dogs 2. Now, we was talking about Syndicate being good. If this happens and this is confirmed, this is very good news if we finally get a rest for Assassin's Creed. If it turns out to be the case, I'll look at getting Syndicate, because it did get a decent reception, and the London setting is starting to appeal to me. I'm sick of London going there every day now. I want to see it in the old days.
Yeah.
I want to go around Covent Garden in the old days, have a look around there, get up Big Ben. Can't get near Big Ben these days. Too much traffic. So this gives you a chance to try that. So if we get a rest from it, honestly, that would be amazing. I'll be able to play Syndicate and not feel like I've had it crammed up my arse, had to force it out. But I want to talk to you, Pipe, about Watch Dogs 2, because you played Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Would you consider getting the sequel if that was to appear later on this year?
No. I felt like I needed to justify with just saying no. I was just going to say no. I played one, and to me, it's one of those games. And I've heard Logan, this is going to say the whole brothers thing again, where you've got this open world.
It's GTA, it's not as good. That's essentially what you're getting at, aren't you?
It feels like a bit like a GTA game, but it's just not as good. And that's what Watch Dogs felt like to me. And I played it for about 2-3 hours, and I binned it. I couldn't be bothered to play it. It just didn't feel good. I just didn't enjoy it. It just felt sluggish. I didn't enjoy the missions I was doing. I just gave up on it. And so I definitely won't be getting 2 now.
Fair enough. Well, just jumping back to Assassin's Creed. Have you played Black Flag?
Yep.
Would Syndicate appeal to you now? If you knew that it wasn't coming till mid 2017, would Syndicate appeal to you at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Syndicate. From what I've seen, Syndicate looks like an excellent game. I didn't play Unity, so I can't say that it's horrendously sort of marred the franchise for me. I specifically avoided it because of all the bad things that were said about it.
That's what happens when you pre-order it. You get stung like me, because you don't get a chance to cancel.
From my perspective, they've not...
they've not hurt you?
No, most of the games have been pretty good, so we'll have to wait and see.
It sounds a bit... contradiction of me to do it, because I said I'm not getting Assassin's Creed again. My point was always there's always one every year, so if I get a gap now, I'll happily pick up Syndicate. It's £25 at the moment.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
It's worth a punt.
Yeah.
It's worth a punt.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So yeah, maybe.
Final rumour roundup. Japanese analyst predicts NX reveal before E3. So this goes nicely into a way to wrap it up with Nintendo NX. So, Hall, Nintendo man, loves the Wii U.
Yep.
Are we getting the NX in 2016?
I really hope not.
You don't want it. You're not interested. You do not want the NX.
I don't want
dropping.
them to give up on the Wii U.
It's done, mate. It's dead.
It's what I want. I want them to fucking go.
Sales are in the toilet. It's tracking worse than the GameCube. It's a disgrace, is what the business people are saying. I'm not saying that.
We've blown it then.
I'm really depressed about it.
That's hurt him, isn't it?
I fucking bought a console that's a fucking sack of shit, isn't it?
It's got you. You had Splatoon on it this year. Yoshi's Woolly World. Splatoon made your top 3.
I don't give a fuck. It's not good enough.
There wasn't enough, was there, really?
No, it wasn't.
All third-party support's dried up on that bastard. It's all gone. So it's Nintendo, the poor fuckers, trying to do everything themselves. They got the Wii U to set, and they got the 3DS. They got bloody.
Oh, we've got Minecraft. Oh, brilliant!
Wow,
well, only 10 years late.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Only fucking 10 years later than every other fucker in the world. I don't want them to give up on the Wii U, but they clearly have. They've clearly gone, right, we'll cut our losses, we'll make a new console. It'll be the Wii U, but we'll just give it a different name. And then everyone will go, oh, the NX!
Yeah.
So.
That'll be it. I want the NX. I've told you this many times.
Yeah, well,
I want the NX.
Anyone that hasn't got a Wii U.
Backwards compatible NX, and I'll be absolutely laughing. I'll be all over that.
I'd be like, I absolutely want the NX out this year. Bring it out tomorrow. But as it is, I'm like, no, don't do me over. I've walked out for your fucking console. Support me.
Would you feel done over if they did release it in 2016?
How long's... Yeah, a little bit.
It's not been out long enough, really. I don't think to warrant a new console.
4 years, is it?
Not sure.
Was it before PlayStation 4?
Before PlayStation.
Yeah.
2012.
4 years coming up for them.
Poor. Ain't enough. 8 years minimum out of my consoles.
The trouble is, it was underpowered. All the third-party stuff's gone. They're left on their own trying to make stuff, and you look at the PlayStation pissing all over it. It's because every third party wants their game on that system because it runs nicely and they can make
it's not as powerful.
Yeah,
it's got a 25 gig hard drive for crying out loud.
That is shame. I mean, I thought 500 gigs shameful for these consoles, but those, to be honest, the games that you put on the PlayStation, the amount they fucking down, that's a disgrace the way they do that. It really gets on my nerves. But
yeah.
I don't think is that much of a problem with the Wii U?
No, it's not.
Memory, because they don't all go, oh, let's download the entire game and all its fucking 8 gig patches on there.
You don't have to install games to the hard drive like you do on the Xbox, which is brilliant. You buy a new game, you put it in, you can play it instantly rather than wait. I need to install, and then
what did you have to wait for, Piper? Diablo, wasn't it? It took about an hour and a half.
Yeah, it took bloody ages. That's a 2013 game.
That really aggravates me about the new consoles because they go no, and then they flash up, like it gets to like 25%, and it pops up saying ready to play, and then you go on it, and it's like, well, there's no campaign, and there's no multiplayer. But you can look at the credits, and it's like, fuck off, that ain't ready to play then, is it?
No, that is not. Really so
fucks me off about fucking.
So who doesn't want an NX in 2016? I do. Piper, are you indifferent? Do you not care? Because you had a Nintendo Wii, and I think you quite liked it. And a GameCube. So you've had we bought you a bloody GameCube for your birthday, actually.
N64, I had one of those as well.
Had one of those as well. So
Game
you're
Boy,
actually
DS,
Game Boy.
Yeah.
Hello, it's starting to come together here.
I've had quite a few Nintendo products thinking about it over the years.
So would this interest you then? The NX?
It's one of those ones that it would, but I'll wait until it comes out and see how it does.
Tony Hawk's.
The absolute fence sitter, isn't he?
Nintendo's Tony Hawk's.
See what other YouTube channel saying and then buy it.
No.
I'll wait for the review.
No, you don't watch other YouTube channels. You wait for our review. Review.
Paul's review. He's done one last year. So
you're going to do an unboxing when you get it. That would be a good one for the Tan channel.
Yeah, I should do. I would.
Would you actually get it, Hall, if it come out in 2016? Would you just go right?
I've got to, haven't I?
I'm really shackled in already.
I've had every single Nintendo console there's ever been. I'm not going to miss one now.
No, fair enough. Before we finish up, I just wanted to I'll let you do this, Hall, actually, talk about Awesome Games Done Quick, which has taken place over the last week. We mentioned it last year, but I think it's always good to mention it. What have you've watched quite a few of it. What's been your highlights so far?
I have watched a lot of it.
Battletoads.
Yeah, and as always, for those that don't know, Awesome Games Done Quick is run by a group called Games Done Quick, and it's basically just a speed running community where people are battling to complete games as quickly as possible. We did speak about it last year during SGDQ, which was the Summer Games Done Quick, and this is kind of their winter event. The summer one will be coming up as well. But they've been streaming they stream 24/7 for
Jesus Christ.
about 7.5 days.
Yeah.
And obviously try and raise money for charity. It's for Cancer Prevent Cancer Foundation.
Sure.
And it's just a great cause, and it's good to see such a large group of people coming together to put on such a good show. I mean,
they are amazing, aren't they? What they do.
I mean, they are literally ridiculous. I mean,
they are League of Legends.
We were laughing there about Battletoads.
Stupid pun. Get rid of that.
I mean, I sent a message to you guys saying that Battletoads runs on now.
Battletoads, yeah.
Because this was a game that you'd said to me, I challenge you to complete it.
Yeah.
And I kind of laughed it off. And like literally watching this guy, I never would have got through it. I would have broken so many controllers. But not only did he complete it, he did a portion of it blindfolded, and it shows you how good these guys are at the games and how sad it is that they've worked out all these little, like they're talking about like 3 frames that they're saving, and you're talking about like 0.1 of a second, but that could be the difference between a world record and not a world record. And it's like, I cannot recommend. Check out the YouTube channel for them, which is just Games Done Quick, and it's got. I mean, it by the time this airs, the event will have finished.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it's all wrapped up now.
All of the event is obviously recorded and then uploaded to YouTube afterwards, so you can see all the runs. I definitely recommend checking out the Mario runs, the Castlevania runs, the Metroid runs. Basically,
old school Metroid.
Just look through, find a game that you love and that you know well, and be blown away, basically. So definitely worth a check out though for anyone that hasn't. And you can still donate at this time if you just go through their Twitch channel or through their website. You can still donate to the final tally on there.
Excellent. Well, there you go. Awesome games done quick. It's finished now, but you guys get on there, donate if you want, and make sure you watch the videos. They are fantastic at what they do. That's a wrap here now, though. So if you want to get in contact with us, sad bastards, you can do. At Dimp Digital is the Twitter handle. You can like and post to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Dimp Digital, or email us using dimpdigitalmedia@gmail.com. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to this podcast, though. And if you've got an Android device, you can actually download us on Player FM. It's a free podcast and actually connect you with us and many others. And Dimp Digital is one of the featured podcasts, so you know they've got good taste going on there, and we're one of the featured trending podcasts. Boom! It's on. I checked it, and we are top 4 on there.
Have they only got 4 podcasts on there?
Well, no, they emailed me saying we've not heard you shout out. We're featuring you, and I was like, I felt a bit bad, so I start doing this.
So
make friends.
After this one, everyone's saying, give us a shout out.
To be fair, I've got.
Yeah, if you're listening, this is us giving you a shout out. Put us at number 1, you fucks.
And I'll do it. Well, we could do with being at number 1 if you can pump it further, or lie, because basically you've got trending, which is like their featured stuff, and have us trend. We're on there every day. I'm looking at it now, so we're always trending. But there's one called most popular, and I want them to put us in there, even if it's a lie.
So what one are we trending in?
Under technology, least knowledgeable. Now, under technology and in the video game section, we are the trending one. That's where they put all their featured stuff in there. And we're number 2 today, so I'll get a screenshot of that and send it to you guys, so you think I'm lying. But yeah, it's actually a really good app. So I've got it now, and it's free, and I can get around and listen to this again like a sad cunt, and then listen to other things as well. So it's free, you ain't got to pay for it. If you're on Apple, there's no app for that yet, but we are on there. Well, no, they're working on that, but they've got, obviously we're linked into iTunes, so the podcast app that's linked to that will get you to us there. If you're on a Windows phone, don't know what you're doing.
Do one.
Go on YouTube. You should have another phone, unless it's a work phone, in which case I'll let you off. But I've sent the feed to so many podcast outlets. I'm pretty sure you can find us on any device possible, and on the web, of course. Don't forget about the Dimp Digital YouTube channel either, because the video content going on up there is fantastic, and it's only going to keep getting stronger, because now we've got youtube.com/Dimp Digital as our URL shortened, so we've hit the big leagues now.
The real shortcut.
What do you make of that?
A million subs next.
Yeah, that's coming.
Can't wait for the 156 subscribers that we've got.
Bang. We're going big, mate. It's a slow process, but all you guys listening on Player FM, go and subscribe on the YouTube channel as well. That's it for now, though. Game over. It's goodbye from Piper.
Ta-ta.
It's goodbye from Hall.
See you later.
And it's goodbye from me, Apps. Thanks for your time, and ta-da.
I really need to update that outro. What, you sound like you're a mile away from the phone?
He's got up now, hasn't he? He does. He gets up and walks off after time.
It's really disconcerting when I was listening to him sometimes. He's supposed to get really quiet, and I was like...
Upsetting Piper.
Really blown it.
Why is games done quick gone?
What do you mean, where's it gone? It's on. It's on Twitch.
Yeah, it's not the featured channel.
It doesn't have to be the top one, does it?
It's not always going to be the featured.
Live, games done slow. Who's that? It's amazing.
They're doing Mirror's Edge at the minute.
Where?
It's his favourite.
Haven't you got the Twitch app on your phone?
I'm using PC and I don't use apps.
Yeah, but have you not downloaded the Twitch app?
I've got it, but it's junk.
No, it's not. It's just fine. You literally click.
Well, they don't give us features, so they don't get a shout out. They're junk, mate. Player FM.
If Twitch email you and say you're a trender, you'll go.
I'd absolutely jump all over that. Yeah.
It's the top one on Twitch.
Do you want to be a partner? Yeah. And we'd be like, yeah.